$100,000 up to $4 million.
The time is 6 a.m.
Tune in to Lead Story, weekdays at 6 p.m. Hosted by Jody Ann Quarry.
Watagwan.
Watagwan.
Datagwan.
Watagwan.
Watagwan. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 8 a.m., 1:30 p.m., and 10 p.m. on CVMTV.
Datagwan pa Watagwan.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winford Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVMTV.
So much more than entertainment.
Let's delve deep into the issues. We'll take you beneath the surface.
Greetings and salutations. My name is Orville Higgins, and it's another edition of Fan Central.
Talking to the people at the heart of the top sporting stories. Hear from your favorite sportsmen and women and the administrators who work tirelessly to make it all happen. It's live sports talk.
I've written an entire article.
Yes.
Looking at all the major issues every Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's Fan Central.
This week on Farming Forward, we're coming to you from, whoa, look at that, we're coming to you from Riverdale in St. Catherine, and we'll be talking to that young entrepreneur you just saw. He was picking breadfruits, but I can tell you about the chickens that he's been caring for all these years. He'll be talking to us about real yard chickens. Farming Forward. We're brought to you by Nutrimix. Tell me, Nutrimix. The big feed. The big feed.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winford Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVMTV.
So much more than entertainment.
Hi, I am Candy Pang at
Watagwan.
Watagwan.
Datagwan pa
Watagwan.
Watagwan. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 8 a.m., 1:30 p.m., and 10 p.m. on CVMTV.
Datagwan pa Watagwan.
This week on Farming Forward, we're coming to you from, whoa, look at that, we're coming to you from Riverdale in St. Catherine, and we'll be talking to that young entrepreneur you just saw. He was picking breadfruits, but I can tell you about the chickens that he's been caring for all these years. He'll be talking to us about real yard chickens. Farming Forward. We're brought to you by Nutrimix. Tell me, Nutrimix. The big feed. The big feed.
Challenge Cup. The Popeyes Challenge Cup is Jamaica's newest and boldest football competition, featuring David versus Goliath matchups as the best of the best in the country's club football take on those in the second tier of club football. It's a straight knockout competition featuring 25 teams, 7 from the Jamaica Premier League and 18 from the Jamaica Football Championship, the second tier. The 7 JPL teams are invited and are ranked based on their finish in the current season, as they will not enter the competition until after being eliminated from the JPL playoffs. The JFC team seedings are determined based on their rankings in the league as at May 2. Teams will battle it out over 6 rounds to determine the winner. So how does it work? Round 1, the play-in, will feature 14 teams, all from the Jamaica Football Championship. Pot 1 will have 5th to 10th place teams, and Pot 2 will have teams seeded 11th to 18th. Round 2 will have 8 JFC teams, the 7 Round 1 winners, and the 4th ranked JFC team. Pot 1 will have the top 4 ranked JFC teams, and Pot 2 will have the next 4 remaining teams. Round 3 features 6 JFC teams, 4 winners from Round 2, and the 2nd and 3rd place teams, and 6 JPL teams will enter the competition, excluding the JPL champion. Pot 1 will have the top 3 ranked from both JPL and JFC, and Pot 2 will have the others. The next round is the quarterfinals, featuring the 6 winners from Round 3, the JPL champion, and the 1st place from the JFC. It will be a random draw with no pots. Teams then proceed to the semi-finals and the final. Each team will get prize money based on how far they advance in the tournament. A total of $4.75 million in prize money will be paid out, with the winning team taking home $1 million. There's also a $50,000 purse for the top goal scorer and the winning coach. Get ready for the newest and boldest club football competition in Jamaica. This is David versus Goliath. This is the Popeyes Challenge Cup on CVM TV.
Every dream conquered is another dream game. I land and I fly again like a jet plane. Headed straight in your direction. 'Cause I'm wiser, one step closer. I'm winning 'cause I work so hard. And the music keeps on playing, and the people never say we are march up the dance. Oh, what a feeling! Don't stop dreaming. Keep on believing in the power of the feeling. Whatever you want, take a chance. Song in your heart, step in your dance. You got a spark, don't fit it down. Shine your lights on.
Give thanks for life. Give thanks for life. Oh, chimney, chimney. Today my rise like the sunrise, my bright and my upright. No one can break my vibes. I may not care who I fight, I know I criticize.
Good morning, sunrisers. Look who I have with me this morning. Look who I have with me this morning. It's MP Jizzle in the middle.
MPG in the building.
Good morning,
my putos. How are you, my love?
I'm just excited every time I get to see you. You know, something more of add the H's
wonderful
to
to
it.
be seen. That's fine.
You can't just excited when MPG's in the building, you know.
Excited.
You have to be excited. How are you, my brother?
I am well. Fair to find with a few scattered showers.
All
the
right.
things that are well, we celebrate. The things that are not well, we wait.
Which is right.
And then we go fix.
Which is right.
Yes, and
Which is
time
right.
fixes everything. You get that? Yeah, man.
And especially on a Thursday, you know, here is Thankful Thursday.
Yes.
So especially on a Thursday, we focus on what we're thankful for. So even
Absolutely.
though you might hear a cough and a clear throat or two, because I've been fighting for my life, people. Anybody has a flu? Anybody else has a flu?
No,
Let
nobody
me tell you
else has the
something.
flu, TK.
For those of you who are overcoming, because we don't, it not pop we down, but anybody overcoming the flu at this time, good morning to you. May you drink up your fluids, take your vitamins, take your medication, and you know, some of us still come to work, okay?
Little ginger, little honey, little lamp oil in your throat.
Lamp oil?
Yeah.
Which is right.
Yes, my granny always take out the wick out of the lamp, squeeze it in her hand, heat it over the same home sweet home lamp, and note my use of the word ninth. Ninth them place here.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Don't
so
neglect.
like rum in the mall. No,
No,
that's
me
not
know about rum in the mall. I feel like say rum in the mall will cause you to get relapse.
So?
Because alcohol evaporate fast and have one cooling effect. So I think you want to pour alcohol in your head when you have the flu. Come now.
Dr. MPG has
No.
let
Not
us know
that.
maybe the alcohol in the mold is
May
not
not be a good
ideal.
idea.
It's not ideal when overcoming the flu, but that's what I'm thankful for the fact that I'm up again. Yesterday, me did MPG, you know, pop.
Oh
Pop
gosh.
down flat ground.
Oh gosh.
Yes,
Well, here
man.
you are.
I was
And
fighting the flu and the
will
flu
never
won.
Be able to tell.
See there? And now look at me now.
Yeah, man.
Look
Brand
at me now.
spanking new, fresh out of the plastic.
Which is right.
Yeah.
Which is right.
Yeah.
Which is right.
Yeah.
So we are looking forward to a great show, but let's catch them up on a few things. What's going on in the world
It's
space?
Caribbean Heritage Month.
Which is right.
Where communities across the U.S. celebrate, communities across the U.S. celebrate with cultural festivities, arts exhibitions, food, fairs, and educational events that highlight the region's diverse heritage.
That's interesting.
I hear irony balling out in my head, but I don't want to say it out loud.
So does America still recognize this, since those same communities and other international communities are being asked to...
are being othered? Selective recognition.
You know?
On paper.
I'm just wondering.
It is important
That's
that we...
interesting.
In black and white, there are certain things that will happen that does not actually transpire in actuality, but it looks good on paper.
Well, good morning to those of you who are currently living in the United States, no matter where you are from. Just sending you a bright sunrise good morning, whether you're in Philly. Where else Jamaicans say? Philly, Bronx. Well, let me just call it New York.
Atlanta,
Let's say New York, Atlanta, Florida. Where you did there? Where you did there?
No, me did it back up America.
All right.
Me have to pass America and
you
go
are about
round.
3
Me was
other
in
people did
South
it.
Carolina.
South Carolina, still big up on yourself, all Canada.
Yeah,
I mean, there are Jamaicans in every nook and cranny, and so good morning to you wherever you are.
And might we also add that
What?
sunrise is the window to Jamaica. You'd be surprised as to the number of people who tune in from the diaspora.
Really?
Yeah, man, we crack the door and let them in. Or we keep them in tune with what's going on in the country. So welcome to Hunu. Thank you for tuning in from all over the world. Hope you remember the Jamaica accent and language.
Amen.
Good.
Amen. Well, speaking, you mentioned this Caribbean Heritage Week. It's also Read Caribbean Month. So in the the bookish world, which is a time where we discover and uplift voices from the Caribbean, we are recognizing those Caribbean voices and those Caribbean storytellers that carry our stories to the world.
Absolutely.
And so I know that some Caribbean authors have been doing some huge things to the point where our very own Jamaican was recently won an award.
Yes.
And it also came with some money.
Yes.
So let me tell you how that got on. How it got again. That was Diana Macaulay, who recently won the 2026
Royal Society of Literature. That's it.
Look at that.
That's it.
What
That's
a prize
Yeah,
for her novel House for Miss Pauline. I like it. So we had her as a guest recently talking about the novel, and the novel secured her the $2 million prize. And we think you should definitely add it to your June reads. Might as well.
Absolutely. Interestingly, just last night, my lecturer from UWI texted me. She's Dr. Diane Edwards-Karen. She recently released a book as well. The Caribbean has a story that the world hasn't fully heard. Yes.
It's so, I find it so interesting, and that's why I'm so grateful that there are more and more Caribbean authors, young and old, who are really publishing their works, so that you really get different perspectives from the Caribbean. Because I feel like back in the day there was, kind of like a one-sided, whether it was about slavery or it was, it wasn't really getting.
It was most of the time a narrative that was pushed by the wrong people,
Correct.
I'm going to say.
Or not our people.
And not our people. And so the deductions that we make, the inferences that are made are highly subjective, because of the perspective from which those narratives were woven.
Yeah, see there?
You know what I mean? But I think, especially in this digital age, as we move away from books, because we're gradually moving away from books, I think we need to push the reading agenda.
Yeah, but
I think we really do, because the lack of reading is quite evident.
Did you always like to read, or were you like not big on reading?
Not big on reading.
Really?
Not big on reading.
Really? I can't tell you. Sounds like you've been reading your entire life.
Not big on reading at all.
Really?
But
Okay.
I do what I need to do. Because it's necessary for the craft. The
MPG,
trade.
sometimes you sound like you read every book in Ireland.
Jesus.
Which is a compliment. But anyway, we have a great show planned. And of course, if it's your birthday today, big up yourself. Happy birthday.
Yes.
You ready for a pocket of sunrise, or are we not having a pocket? No pocket this morning? No pocket.
Well, we have
right.
a whole handful over here, so just come right on back and be with us. After the break, more sunrise coming your way.
Come back.
Yeah,
I beg you, easy now, give me some reason now, and don't invade my space. I'm in a different place.
A Sagicor Lifestyle Approved Retirement Scheme. Save up to 20% of your income tax deferred. The time by Sagicor Life is 6:15.
Link. The missing link. Link virtual card. Sign up for Link from your app store. Select cards to activate your virtual card. And start shopping.
Before the first patty is made, there are hands that raise it. Hands that grow it. Hands that move it. Hands that bake it. And hands that serve it. For Jamaica, by Jamaica. Through challenges and changing seasons, they stood strong. They built with us. They believed. To every farmer, every team member, every partner, thank you.
Super Center, everything for your home and more.
Bring back the fun of shopping. Discover the best finds in every aisle of amazing items. For your kitchen, your living room, your bedroom, or any room, Azan Supercenter has that perfect touch to elevate your space to the next level. Our team is ready to help you find what you are looking for you or someone else. So stop by our Crossroads store today and rediscover the fun of shopping.
Azan Supercenter, it's a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle.
Hey, what up, one?
Hi, I am Candy Pang at
What a guan? What a guan?
That a guan pa.
What a guan? What a guan?
What a one! Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 8 a.m., 1:30 p.m., and 10 p.m. on CVM TV.
That's a guan pa. What a guan?
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
Welcome back to Sunrise. The time is now 6:19 a.m. and that means that it's time for headlines with T to the K.
T to the K. Good morning again. And of course, good morning to our YouTubers. Let me ask you a question. You ever go in on the YouTube comments during?
All the time.
Let me tell you, they're a vibe, you know.
On fire.
I like them. Good morning,
On
YouTubers.
fire.
You know you're my faves. Don't tell nobody I tell you that, yeah? But you are my faves. All right, let's jump into the headlines. You ready?
Absolutely.
Let's do it. So ECJ begins Portmore boundary review process. The Electoral Commission of Jamaica, the ECJ, has started consultations on proposed electoral boundary changes linked to Portmore's transition to parish status. The process follows legislation passed in February 2025, making Portmore Jamaica's 15th parish and is aimed at ensuring constituency boundaries comply with constitutional requirements. During a consultation meeting last Friday, officials presented technical proposals that could affect 4 constituencies: St. Catherine Southeastern, St. Catherine East Central, St. Catherine Southern, and St. Catherine South Central. Director of Elections, Glasspool Brown, says feedback from stakeholders will help refine recommendations before they're submitted to Parliament's Boundaries Committee. And the ECJ says the review is required under Section 67 of the Constitution, which states that constituency boundaries must not cross parish lines. The exercise comes after a legal challenge from the opposition People's National Party and a 2025 ruling by Chief Justice Brian Sykes, which effectively paused the implementation of Portmore's parish status until the necessary boundary reviews and consultations were completed. So,
whoa,
interesting.
Whoa,
interesting.
Constituency boundaries should not pass parish boundaries. That makes sense.
That does. that does make perfect sense,
makes
right?
Sense.
It does.
Yeah, and then I think this part of the process is going to be really, really important because when the day is done, you can't have any party that's going to be at a significant advantage or disadvantage after you establish your parish boundaries.
So I'm curious to know. Well, I'm sure it will still be called Portmore. We were discussing this a little bit in the dressing room if they're going to change the name, but I don't think so.
I think they should.
Why do you think so? You think so?
I think Portmore is I think a small segment of the parish should retain the name Portmore, and that now becomes the parish capital. I feel like that's what should happen. But
so
I
you think the name Portmore not have enough gumption to carry the whole parish?
It truly doesn't.
Portmore for sure? What do you mean?
For sure, but no.
What about maybe Saint Portmore?
Something.
Saint Portmore.
If a saint, it can't be Portmore. Saint, it can't be Portmore.
No. But I see what you're saying. But yeah, it's good to know that these things are being put in place so that it's not just Portmore should be a parish, and it's like, all right, let's make it a parish. There are things in place.
Portmore has done well over the past couple of years in terms of advancements in improvement in infrastructure development, and certainly I think they are in fact operating at parish status, but we have to get it right so that we can get it right.
Which is right.
Yes.
All right. Well, next up, opposition calls for stipend for justices of the peace. Opposition spokesperson on Justice Zulika Jess is calling for justices of the peace, JPs, to receive a stipend to help cover expenses incurred while carrying out their duties. Speaking during her contribution to the sectoral debate in Parliament on Wednesday, Jess argued that the current arrangement places an unfair financial burden on more than 7,000 JPs who provide voluntary service across the island. She described the situation as institutional exploitation, noting that many JPs pay out of pocket for stationery, printing, transportation, and other costs associated with processing bail applications, conducting mediations, and serving as lay magistrates. Jess said the opposition is not seeking salaries for JPs, but rather a transparent stipend modeled on international best practices. She pointed to countries such as the United Kingdom, Australia, and Canada, where volunteers performing similar functions receive travel reimbursements, allowances, or operational support. The opposition spokesperson argued that volunteer service should not require individuals to bear personal financial hardship, and questioned why JPs, who play a key role in the justice system, are expected to absorb costs while other legal professionals are compensated for their services.
Whoa.
Interesting.
Whoa. Should not be required to absorb the cost of the duty, but a stipend, I don't know how I feel about it, especially because I know that there are several JPs who already charge people.
But you know that's not supposed to happen, right?
I know it's not supposed, which is why I'm saying it loud on Sunrise.
That's not supposed to happen.
It's not supposed to happen. So now, when we introduce this stipend, I wonder where, It's almost like this the taxi fare saga that we have going on right now, where we're introducing X amount of increase, X percentage increase, and the taxi man them start charge that long time. So something like
it's just the system is just catching up with what's already been happening.
Right.
Let me tell you how I feel. Like, on the one hand, you know it's not a paid, it's something that you're not going to be getting a stipend or any type of compensation for, and you have to apply for it. It's not like you're selected. You apply for it, and you know kind of what you're getting into. However, at the same time, I want to be a good JP, so many people come to me, which means I'm incurring a lot of, whether it's transportation or it's printing or whatever. It does feel like, very burdensome for somebody who is volunteering for the betterment of the country. You're doing duties for the country, not for yourself. It does feel a little burdensome to have to bear that financial responsibility on your own. And so I understand the stipend situation, but then what of those JPs who are doing more printing or more transportation than others?
So how do you regularize that? No.
How do you do that? Or should it be something where I spend and then I am able to get it back? Does that, I don't know. That's why I'm glad. MPG, you couldn't pay me for going to government. No, I don't have them answers here. I couldn't do it, people. Don't vote for me for anything. MP, Prime Minister, nothing. That's why we vote for them and we hold them to, answers, because we had we expressed our confidence in them. Yeah. No, definitely. But I'm curious to know what people think about it in YouTube. Whether the Portmore situation, Portmore being a parish, or should JPs get stipends? I think it makes sense. I'd love to hear from you guys in the comment section for sure.
Absolutely.
Hopefully somebody can bring it up and we can go in and see what's going on. You know what I mean? But and that's what I have for you for the headlines this morning.
Well,
I'll be back at 7 a.m. for the news. You know what I'm saying? The news proper.
It's time for a short break, Teeks. We're inviting our sunrisers to stay tuned to see what Carlton, the finance guru, have in store in Money Masterclass, brought to you by JN Banks. Stay with us.
Yes. Oh my gosh, Popeyes have this new barbecue chicken sandwich there. Crispy barbecue chicken breast fillet, crunchy pickles, and Popeyes signature sauce. And the buns, buttery brioche. Oh my god, water.
It's new Popeyes chicken sandwich for barbecue. Well, delicious barbecue right through. It's finally here. Popeyes barbecue chicken sandwich available everywhere. Popeyes has the new barbecue chicken sandwich.
Barbecue with a hot attitude.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
I challenge you to a race tomorrow. Challenge on.
Here at Connex, we reward innovation, resilience, and creativity. These are the core values of Connex. Connex, Caribbean engineers at work.
Tell me, what make you feel good? Is it the sunshine on your face or a fresh, healthy start to your day? Start it right with Sunshine Cereal's Feel Good Multigrain Flake. Choose your vibe. Oats and rice, plain or with cranberries and raisins. Wheat oat and rice, plain or with blueberries. Get yours today. Sunshine Cereal's Feel Good Multigrain Flakes. Feel good, live good, taste good.
Hi, I am Candy Pang.
Watagwan.
Watagwan. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 8 a.m., 1:30 p.m., and 10 p.m. on CVM TV.
the internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
We are proud to supply all of Jamaica with the highest standard of gas products to keep you safe and well taken care of. Choose well. Choose IGL.
The time by IGL is
6:30.
When opportunity comes knocking, grab it. When I got my piece of land, I saw more than just soil. I saw a future. With a JN Bank Small Business Loan, I grew that dream and built a better life for my family.
Start your journey with a JN Small Business Loan with small business loans as little as $10,000 and up to $4 million. Visit jnbank.com or contact us on WhatsApp at 876-295-1298 to get started.
Welcome back to Sunrise Family. So the Bank of Jamaica is warning that inflation could creep above its target range in the coming months. And while inflation sounds like something economists argue about in air-conditioned boardrooms, the truth is that it shows up in very real ways for all of we. At the supermarket, the gas station, and even our savings accounts. So what exactly is happening? And more importantly, what should Jamaicans do about it? Joining us in this Money Masterclass brought to you by JN Bank is our financial educator and author, Carlton Stewart. Welcome.
Good morning. Oh, no, all right?
Well, I'll be better when you tell me what I need to be doing at this time. I'm nervous.
I'm going to get nervous. Good morning, Andrew. What are you doing?
I am here to find.
I'm not seen that class for a little while. That's concerning, but welcome back to class.
We'll talk about it after.
Yeah, me for call Miss Pearly.
Yeah.
School.
Bring her in.
Wonderful. So as we indicated in the bumper just now, or in the intro, that the BOJ has indicated that there possibly be an increase in inflation to the higher end of the targeted range, which you know is 4 to 6% is where you want to keep inflation at a comfortable level. But if it heads up to the higher end, what does this look like for Jamaica, or possibly could look like? So I want to discuss that this morning and jump into what are some of the reasons behind all of this. So let us just explain what really and truly is inflation. It is the rate at which goods and services, or the price of goods and services, they increase over time. So they'll compare, for example, last year this time bread was $400. This year this time the bread is $450. That increase from $400 to $450 is what really is the inflation, because it increased by this X amount of percentage, just as an example. So some person will call that like the point-to-point inflation. The point from last year to the point this year, it has increased by 3%, for example. So inflation would have been 3% for the point-to-point inflation. As at April 2026, the point-to-point was about 4.3, nice and comfortable and predictable. But why is the BOJ saying, or possibly indicating, that inflation could increase to the higher bands? Remember, a few things are happening. And inflation is not only impacted by your local economy or things happening in your space, but what is happening worldwide, geopolitically, you know, the grander international economical market also impacts our local economy. So number one, we recognize, and with the previous Money Masterclass, on the oil crisis that we were experiencing. So we are now seeing, or even more seeing, let me say that, higher oil prices. So that was steadily going up. Remember when the Strait of Hormuz thing and that being blocked and oil not coming in, we started seeing at the gas pump prices going up little by little. Every Thursday you hear that it go up by $2, then $1 something, then $3. So over time we're seeing maybe the full impact of oil prices now for a liter of gas. So that's going to impact inflation.
And for context, Carlton, I think we could try to paint a picture as to why increase in fuel prices ultimately impacts everything. Because I don't think people understand that most of our production depend on Oil.
And we don't produce that here. 99% of what we use here in Jamaica is imported. Yeah? So if the prices are much more expensive overseas, when they get here, more expensive, that will be passed on to you and I.
Yeah.
Because for everything that we utilize, from fuel, from gas, the food that we eat, everything that is produced uses fuel. Yeah, so that will impact the cost of these items. We're looking at the supply chain pressure because persons who possibly may be ordering things from overseas on a larger scale, when there's a disruption in supply, then the goods take a bit longer to reach. You only have a few amount here now, so that will drive demand, which will then increase the cost, which goes over to my next point of higher import costs. Things are much more expensive to be imported because of fuel costs. Yeah. You realize that plane tickets are much more expensive because jet fuel is more expensive. So it's a ripple effect on many different things that sometimes we really and truly don't see. We're looking at strong consumer demand, which comes back out of what I mentioned. When the supply chain is impacted and you don't have enough of one thing, for example, if we only have 10 things, but we have 20 people who want that 10 thing, that means that drives the demand, so prices will go up a little bit there and there. So that impacts inflation as well. What happens to our savings? I want to jump into that part specifically.
I am very interested in
when
that part
inflation
of the conversation,
is going up.
when I deposited my 100,000, a loaf of bread was $300. And when I go back now, a loaf of bread is $600. What does that mean for how much bread I can buy?
You can buy for it. And thank you for that as we jump into it. So I have a nice example. If Andrew say 100,000, but no, Andrew check on. Andrew have $1 million, right?
Hey,
so $1 million in his savings account at 2%. So over the year, getting 2%, for example. So when the 1 year finishes, you'll know about $1,020,000 in your savings account. There's not a straight line principle here. So at the end of the year, you have $1,020,000. But if inflation is at 6%, while your money grew by 2%, everything else around you grew by 6%. So what you could have purchased with this $1,020, if everything remained below inflation, now your purchasing power has then declined. So it's really like a silent tax, like a thieving tax. The money now leave your account, but your purchasing power has decreased so much that this money means a little bit less. So you may have the $1 million in but what can you do with it? What you could have done with this $1 million last year, you can't buy. So if you could have purchased, as Andrew said, 100 bread with this $1 million, for example, when inflation increases and the bread gone up by 6%, you can only buy now 60 bread. So you can purchase less things with your money. Which is why it is so important that when you put down money in savings, it is not the bulk of your money goes into saving, which goes down to what does it mean overall for everybody. And I'll jump into it. So we're going to say higher grocery prices. And we've started to see that already. Remember, as at April, it was indicated that we're going to start to small increases in food prices. Supermarket bill is going to increase. You're looking at increase in transport costs. As I said, I think that was discussed in the news or in the headlines. Increase in transportation costs because everybody's just arguing and crying. This gone up, gas gone up. The road they want fixed. Let me get to something else. On the conversation. I can't drive in peace this morning. But there are many small increases. So sometimes we may think it's a big shock of something, Andrew and TK, but it's small things. If food price go up by this, gas price go up by this, the light bill go up by this,
and it add up.
All these little small things add up. And guess what? Doesn't move at the same rate. Your income does not move at the same rate. Which is why you find the challenge for many persons when inflation is at hand. But what should I be focusing on now, Carlton? You gave me all the problems, the challenges. What should I now be looking at? So number one, I mentioned avoid holding excess cash, meaning do not have your money sitting down idle.
Avoid holding
excess cash, meaning
I'll work on that.
We have excess cash.
Of course you do have it.
Avoid holding it.
Yes, and let me tell you why you have the excess cash. So you may have more than what you need to have in a very low interest account. Because just maybe put out 1 month of your expenses there. Yeah, for right now. But move the excess cash into an account that can work for you. So if arguably you should have, say, 3 months of your expenses saved. But if you can just keep 1 month in a regular savings account and the other 2 months, for example, in a high yield account, which can give you a little bit more than what the bank is giving you at 0.1%, your money can start doing a little bit extra for you.
I wonder if Jane Bank has anything down there that we can capitalize on to get a little bit extra on our...
Yeah, if we call him next week and we can find out on the next program see what we can offer. You know, given what's happening right now. You want to look at right now, my investments, as I invest consistently, I need to look at how am I earning from my investments right now. Because it's a good time, your complete portfolio needs to be giving you more than inflation. So right now, inflation is 4.3. So whatever you're getting from all of your investments combined, which is why you need a balanced portfolio, it should be giving you more than 4%, given that inflation currently is at 4%. If inflation moves to 6%, you go back in, you say to your investment advisor, hey, my portfolio needs to be shifted a little bit TK. Yeah. So the money TK, the 10 million we have put on and get 2% on TK, we need to be talking.
That's right.
Because you can't be earning 2% when inflation is at 4%.
So that
your 50 million we have, Andrew, now you can call me.
So in very, very basic and layman terms for our viewers, what can we do? Is there anything that can be done to actively combat inflation? Because the truth of the matter is that as far as I know, for a lot of the investment accounts, the percentage that you get on your money over a period of time pales in comparison to inflation rates.
Well, and that's on the savings side.
So is there anything you would recommend?
Yeah, man. So there are several investment options that provides you with more than 2% compared to the bank, for example. Most investments now from a unit trust standpoint, so note the term unit trust, so speak to your investment brokers, your investment houses about maybe possibly unit trust options that you can look at. And I have this right down here, different things that you need to focus on right now in diversifying the portfolio. So I want to look at your stocks, look at stocks, because based on how some stocks are performing, they are giving much more than the 2 or the 4% right now in their returns. So if you have a little bit of stocks, Andrew, over here, you have a little bit from the real estate side. You can talk the real estate side, yeah, man. You have a little bit on the fixed income side, stuff like bonds, for example. You have a little bit of everything in all of these little investment pockets. When they come together, you will get much more than this 4%. Because you will find unit trusts now in the market offering in excess of 4, 6, 7, 8. I've seen unit trusts over the last month or so at 12. The returns are 12%. Some at 17%. Yes. So there are options. You're seeing bonds in the market now in excess of 7 and 8 and 9, some at 10%. So there are options. And for those persons who have the money who can put that excess cash into real estate, for example, purchase a piece of land instead of putting the money down for cash, the real estate will increase, because when inflation is increasing, real estate benefits from inflationary increase. Exactly, because property prices goes up. So yes, buy a piece of land for $1 million. That money now $1.5 million, for example. So it goes up. So there are several things that I want you to focus on as you go through this period, to think about it. Be flexible, be agile about it, to see what can I do. And when you are in doubt, guess what? Don't panic, because you can call persons like Carlton who can help you to rebalance the portfolio. So move the millions from here, carry it over here, so carry it down here, so. But at least to be creative in how it is that your money can work for you during this time.
Can we zoom out a little bit and just put a big picture asterisk in there that really and truly, as a country that is set in the tropics, we really should not feel the pinch of fuel prices so much, because we have one fuel something we come every day without fuel, especially at town here. So.
Especially now.
Without fuel. You know what I mean? So I feel like the bigger picture and a wider conversation that we need to be having, as an overarching contribution to inflation. Is there such a thing as deflation?
Yeah. So we can do something on deflation.
Yeah, I feel the sun is an excellent source of deflation.
But you don't want inflation to go too low either. So you have a nice balance.
No, we're not going to talk about that, because you're a financial person. So you're going to advocate for inflation. We have a problem with you.
You need stable,
stability in the economy.
Yes, you need
I get it.
You don't want to go too low. Yeah, that can be a challenge. Inflation goes too low.
So, I mean, one of the practical, because, it's all about practical things that we can do, which was very helpful. So, for those of us who have investments, look at our investments, ensure that they're diversified. is it useful at this time then to look at, so for example, I have stocks, to look at the companies I have stocks in and if they're being impacted negatively by, or is it too early to like say, no, let me not pull up my money because,
Remember, when you invest in some companies, you invest sometimes for the long haul. Some companies are not long-term investments. Sometimes you put the money in now just for a short term, which is why you want a diversified portfolio, even around your stocks. So if you are investing in a company that's going to be impacted negatively by oil prices and there is no plan in place, when you go to an AGM, for example, for some of these companies, there are no plans in place. How are they going to turn profits around? Or how it is that they're going to be, diversifying a little bit here and there. You as an investor can say, here what, my money was in this company, let me move it, let me sell that and get into something else that will positively, be impacted by what's happening around you. So you need to be very much active, speak with your advisors to say, hey, what stocks are you recommending at this point in time? Because your investment advisors will have information that's something that you don't have. They do researches on some of these companies that can direct you into a path that will find a company which will benefit you positively. So you want to try that as well, And practical things as well. Look back at your grocery bill. Look back at some of the things that you can do. Andrew mentioned a bigger picture. But can I go solar so that I don't have to pay the higher light bills so I can cut off that expense from that side? So look at it from a long term as well. How can I do things differently in a different way? Utilize the sun as well on a personal level until the country catches up. Because we realize sometimes the laws catch up after many things have happened. So what can I do differently?
Makes sense. But also, just real quick, it's not all doom and gloom because all things, there are companies or sectors that flourish in times when other things are not.
That's doing well.
So so there's always a part of life
silver lining.
Things are doing well for those people. So for example, in COVID, when everything did mash up, but if you did a sell tent, or you're selling alcohol, sanitizer, you flourish at a level that you've never even dreamed of. So it's just a matter of being
studying the market and being proactive.
And being focused.
Don't panic. So my last point is don't panic.
I like that piece, don't panic, but I say 6% is not hyperinflation. What is?
No,
when
because
should we panic?
in Jamaica's history, we have seen inflation much higher than this.
6%.
6% is where it was stably, widely. But if it goes over 6, you have double-digit inflation in many countries as well.
So if that happens, we're supposed to run up and down like a headless chicken and say, Carlton said, panic.
If it goes over, if it gets hyper, we'll start. What we're going to do now? But right
now, Andre Nicholson in New Jersey says he's been trying to get to you for a minute online to get your...
What's number Andrea? It's page. It's Carlton G Stew on all platforms.
Spell it. Maybe they don't have the spelling right.
CARLTONGSTEW.
Stew like stew chicken?
Yes, man.
Okay.
Send me a message right now and I'll be able to check that for you. And let's talk about some money.
I don't know what go on because Carlton is very responsive.
And very accessible. Especially if you have a lot of money you want to invest. You don't worry yourself. I want to buy some book.
I know that's right.
Some book you want to buy. Yeah, you're going to fail this morning. Let's talk money, kids. Andre, let's talk money as well. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, guys. And thanks for watching this morning.
Always a pleasure.
Always so great to have you. That was Carlton G. Stewart, financial educator and author of Let's Talk Money Kids, helping us make sense of inflation in this Money Masterclass, brought to you by JN Bank. There's more Sunrise after this. Stay with us.
I am made for more. That's why I got a JN Bank small business loan to open my salon and build my dream with my style. Now I am my own boss, popping my own style and trending up.
Start your journey with a JN Bank small business loan with small business loans with as little as $10,000 and up to $4 million. Visit jnbank.com or contact us on WhatsApp 876-295-1298 to get started. JN Bank, we will help you find a way.
Link. The missing link. Link virtual card. Sign up for Link from your app store. select cards to activate your virtual card, and start shopping.
It's game on at Quartz. Spend $150,000 on credit purchases or $250,000 on cash at Quartz from May 1, 2026 to June 20, 2026 to be automatically entered for a chance to win one of 3 smart TVs to watch the matches in style. First place gets a 98-inch TCL Smart TV. Second place a 55-inch. And third place a 43-inch. Score big and upgrade your game day vibes when you shop at Quartz, bringing value home. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Act. Conditions apply.
It's finally here. It's new. Yo, I'm hungry. Make we get Popeyes.
Yes. Oh my gosh, Popeyes have this new barbecue chicken sandwich there. Crispy barbecue chicken breast fillet, crunchy pickles, and Popeyes signature sauce. And the buns, buttery brioche. Oh my god, water.
It's new. Popeyes chicken sandwich with barbecue. Well, delicious barbecue right through. It's finally here. Popeyes barbecue chicken sandwich available everywhere. Popeyes has the new barbecue chicken sandwich.
Barbecue with a hot attitude.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Hey, what's up, one?
Hi, I am Candy Pang at
Watagwan.
Watagwan.
Datagwan pa.
Watagwan. Watagwan.
Watagwan. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 8 a.m., 1:30 p.m., and 10 p.m. on CVM TV.
Datagwan pa. Watagwan.
After me care me baby mother go a market. Me say me and me baby mother go a market. Play by the king, love is all I bring. Chaman, me care me baby mother go a market. Me say me and me baby mother go a market. She say fi drop a pound of pumpkin in the basket.
Listen to me now, I don't know, we can't hold Miss Pearly grandson in this place, you know. Thank you so much for joining us here on Sunrise. Now listen, while we spend a lot of time dining and discussing our love for food, we don't often speak about food safety and just how much a wrong bite can leave us ill. Ahead of World Food Safety Day 2026, we want to look at the issues affecting the food we eat every day, from foodborne illnesses and food recalls to climate change and the spread of misinformation online. Our guest is food safety communicator and advocate Alison Richards to discuss these things with us. Good morning and welcome to Sunrise.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. I'm pumped up for World Food Safety Day.
Love that. Love that. This is our food safety guru. Where would you like to start, Alison?
Well,
usher us in.
World Food Safety Day, that's on June 7, which is Sunday coming. And this year's theme is from burdens to solutions, food safe everywhere. So we complain about food safety, but how can we execute some solutions to prevent these burdens? And you mentioned some earlier, climate change. You just came out of a hurricane, you know, how is that impacting our food safety? Talking about misinformation online in the advent of social media, everybody is an expert, everybody talks about food. How can we combat these burdens instead of just talking about them?
And then as an additional burden too, Alison, I think that food security overall is a major concern of ours at the moment. And is there anything that's being done to really cause us to feel more secure? You know?
I'm seeing some initiatives being rolled out by the Agricultural Ministry, and one of the things that people often confuse about food security is not just the availability of food, but can we access it? Right? So there's usually 4 pillars to food security. There's the availability, the access, utilization. Is it nutritious to our body, right? So yes, we're getting access to food, but is it something that we can use? And so those are some things we want to think about. But as I said before, I'm seeing, you know, where the government is making some steps, you know, rather they've now implemented a whole licensing to prevent against predial larceny. So those are some steps that we're looking, people are encouraging backyard gardening, and everybody plays a role in that. So we can't just sit and be like, oh, the government is not doing anything. It's everybody, it's a stakeholder initiative. So what is the food industry doing? What are we as consumers doing? And what is the government doing?
Well, we're talking about food security, but what about food wastage? I noticed we're talking about several things that impact food safety, but Is wastage being considered as well?
Yes, food waste is also a very important issue because the UN, the Sustainable Development Goal 12, which is responsible food consumption and production, speaks to that. We want to reduce food waste because the more food we waste, the less food we have, right? Yeah. So you're spending money, you're spending resources to make food, but then we're wasting food. So how are we keeping our leftovers? How do we store them to ensure that we get the most out of our food? How are we upcycling? We do a fried rice with the leftover, right? You know? So how are we reducing food waste? Because that does in turn lend to food security.
I wanted to piggyback on that earlier, because one of the things I'd love for people who are watching this segment to take from it is how they can ensure that the food that they are consuming at home right now for breakfast, how do we ensure that our food at home is safe for consumption?
First thing, washing our hands. Washing your hands, and not just with water. You need to use soap to wash your hands. And we can't replace it by using hand sanitizer. So we're washing our hands, we're making sure that we're storing our food at the correct temperature. So our raw ingredients, our eggs, are we keeping those refrigerated in the door of the fridge, that open every minute and exposed to the warm air, or the inside of the fridge? Our meat, how we're storing our meats in our refrigerator.
And is the fridge door the egg something?
It is, but it's really not the best place to store your eggs.
Interesting.
You keep opening the fridge door, so the warmth of the outside is getting to your eggs.
I like the fact that you mentioned the washing of the hands, because there are a lot of us who, don't mind me, Sunrise, there are a lot of us who like to eat and lick with 10 finger.
Oh yeah. And during my time as an inspector, that is something I would sometimes observe in restaurants where people cook like them, cook at them house, them taste, you know, so those are some things you really want to be mindful of when you're preparing food at home versus when you're preparing food for public consumption.
Speaking of public consumption of food, sometimes we see product recalls, right? And I don't know about you, but it freaks me out very often. What exactly constitutes, what makes a product worthy of a recall? Like, why does that happen?
So product recalls are usually issued when there is a detected issue with the product. So it might be a quality issue, it might be a safety issue. They might realize that they made ketchup and it's too sour, so they will recall the product. So recalls are usually classified in 3 categories based on the severity of the recall. So a class 1 obviously would be health and safety is at risk. So when a recall is issued, though, it's usually issued against a particular subset of the lot. So for example, we had recalls recently in the marketplace, and then person would say, oh, I'm not eat no more of that product. It's really not the entire brand, it's usually just a lot.
I get you, and that's very important.
So that's very important for consumers to understand that when a recall is issued, it's for a particular lot, and that's why date labels are so important. And speaking of date labels, I do have a free webinar coming up next week talking about date labels. What is an expiration date versus a best before date versus a use by date versus a sell by date. So all of those dates are different dates. So that is why it's important for persons to kind of pay attention to lot numbers, because if you don't have those dates, it means that when you're supposed to, if you make 10,000 units of a product, but then you find out that it's probably 5,000 of it spoil. But if you don't have any date codes, no traceability, you're going to have to recall the entire 10,000 versus the
You
subset.
say date and you trigger me, because there is a part of Jamaica, and we have to keep it real. There is a part of Jamaica, i.e. downtown, where people actually sit down in a market and sell expired food.
Yes,
where them say the best before date is the what they say, it's not the date where you're supposed to eat it by. It's the date where it's supposed to sell.
So the best before is, as the name suggests, the food, the manufacturer is telling you that it is best you consume the food before
that date.
So it's more of a quality issue, it's not a safety issue. But this is why God gave you 5 senses.
Absolutely.
So we're going to smell it, we're going to look, we're going to feel it, although you're not always able to tell. But the best before date is guaranteeing that. So you might eat something after the best before date and it tastes stale.
But this sounds like information that every Jamaican needs to know. I mean, you're talking about things you're putting into your body. So how does one get onto this webinar? This free, and the words you said the word free,
it's free.
Alison.
So it's actually a year worth of free webinars that I've launched through my platform, The Food Safety Girl. So I'm on social media, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, TikTok. I'm there. So I post food safety content, news, updates, anything that's happening. and the webinar is advertised there, and it's just via Zoom. An hour next week Thursday, just log in, get the information, and I also post the recordings of the webinars on the YouTube page as well.
And of course, for those, the techies among us, you can actually scan the barcode that's on your screen right now to register for this free webinar that I think is going to be very, very good information for people, you know. It's things that we take for granted sometimes.
Yes.
When it could be, sometimes it's the matter between life and death, really and truly.
Right. Absolutely. My grandmother used to say, you know, you have Marley grape and fluxy complain. That's it.
And tip I want to, the condiments we have in our fridge.
Oh,
we also change out the mayonnaise we have in our fridge, right?
Alison, who sent you?
Right?
Who sent you? Who sent you from a ranch?
Yeah, your ranch
and the blue cheese.
Oh yeah. So you want to pay attention to those best before dates, the expiration dates, and expiration dates tend to come on more perishable items. So your yogurt, your cheese, those will have expiration dates, but your best before. So you want to pay attention to those things. Don't have your ketchup and your those things in your fridge for too long.
Makes
Don't
sense.
Audit, right?
Makes sense.
Makes sense.
Makes
So you come here, I really
Our guest
show us
has
the
been
way.
Alison Richards, the food safety girl, food safety communicator and advocate. We head into the morning news after these messages. We invite you to stay with us right here on Sunrise.
It's news time.
A news time.
It's news time.
Play by the king, love is all I bring. Chaman, me carry me baby mother go a market. Me send me and me baby mother go a market. She's
Step inside a world of adventure with Mandalorian and Grogu at Burger King. See The Mandalorian and Grogu only in cinemas.
Nation building demands bold participation from private institutions willing to invest in Jamaica's future. Sagicor Bank has answered that call through landmark financing across almost every sector. Each project is a deliberate investment in Jamaica's infrastructure, workforce development, and the well-being of citizens. Sagicor Bank, supporting you, supporting Jamaica.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVMTV.
So much more than entertainment.
Welcome to Morning News. I'm TK Dawkins. There's a sigh of relief in Granville, St. James this morning as the policeman who controversially shot and killed Latoya Baldwin was placed before the court and charged with murder. Akeem Ored tells us more in this report.
Justice was served. That's the reaction from residents of Granville in St. James after the police constable who pulled the trigger in the fatal shooting of 45-year-old Latoya Bulging was formally charged with murder. Constable Andrew Wilson was placed before the St. James Parish Court following an investigation conducted by the Independent Commission of Investigations INDECOM. A file was submitted to the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions for a ruling. The ruling was received by INDECOM on May 29 that Constable Wilson should be charged for the offense of murder. Councillor for the Granville Division, Michael Troop, who has since met with residents about the ruling, says some residents are still fearful.
We're not going to block any road. We're not going to do any marching. We're just going to sit and wait, but keep our meeting going. Because there are a lot of persons within Jamaica and the Granville space are scared of the police right now. So we're trying to keep them calm and tell them that once you are in the right order, once you're on the side of the law, police can't hurt you.
The councillor says he has since encouraged the residents to desist from staging demonstrations and await the verdict from the court. Mr. Troop says his trust lies in the justice system for the police constable to face the full extent of the penalties available under law.
The evidence is there, and we trust the justice system. So, we trust the justice. But I will wish for him to lock up until the case finished.
The prompt collection and examination of video evidence during Indicom's independent investigation assisted in establishing an objective understanding of the fatal shooting. Constable Wilson, whose next court date is scheduled for June 16, was not granted bail. Reporting for CVM News, I'm Hakeem Art.
The Caribbean Cement Company Limited, CCCL, has announced that cement supply has improved by more than 20% in recent weeks after heavy rainfall in April caused operational challenges. Managing Director Mr. Jorge Martinez says the company has launched strategic initiatives to strengthen operations and improve service, including increasing warehouse capacity across Jamaica, prioritizing reliability of finished product, and adding equipment to boost production.
So we are maintaining a steady supply and implementing measures to improve reliability and meet the strong market demand. Between April and May 2026, CCCL increased production by more than 50% and also customer dispatches by over 23%, driving even record sales of about 111,000 metric tons, that surpassing the previous high of 108,500 metric tons that occurred in March 2021 during COVID-19. To support local demand, we also leveraged our cement network to import up to 24,000 metric tons of cement at the end of May.
CCCL will also work with the Incorporated Master Builders Association to create a database for certain construction projects to support planning and supply management. It is also improving closer customer communications to provide timelier updates and support. Caribbean Cement remains committed to Jamaica and to providing a reliable, sustainable cement supply to support the country's development and growth. Now to news in sports. Sri Lanka defeated the West Indies by 41 runs in the opening match of the three-match ODI series at Sabina Park on Wednesday. The visitors batting first amassed 303 for 7 off their allotted 50 overs, with Patham Nissanka 79 and Kusal Mende 72, the leading run scorers, against 2 wickets each for Matthew Ford, Jaden Seals and Roston Chase. The West Indies in their chase were bowled out for 262 off 49.2 overs. Shea Hope 56 and Justin Greaves 45 were the leading run scorers against Dushmantha Chamira 4 for 67. The second match in the series will be played on Saturday at Sabina Park. And that's it for Morning News. Join us again at noon for more from our news and sports desk. I'm TK Dawkins. Sunrise continues after this.
Before the first patty is made, there are hands that raise it. Hands that grow it, hands that move it, hands that bake it, and hands that serve it. For Jamaica, by Jamaica. Through challenges and changing seasons, they stood strong. They built with us. They believed. To every farmer, every team member, every partner, thank you.
What is the Popeyes Challenge Cup? The Popeyes Challenge Cup is Jamaica's newest and boldest football competition, featuring David versus Goliath matchups as the best of the best in the country's club football take on those in the second tier of club football. It's a straight knockout competition featuring 25 teams, 7 from the Jamaica Premier League and 18 from the Jamaica Football Championship, the second tier. The 7 JPL teams are invited and are ranked based on their finish in the current season, as they will not enter the competition until after being eliminated from the JPL playoffs. The JFC team seedings are determined based on their rankings in the league as at May 2. Teams will battle it out over 6 rounds to determine the winner. So how does it work? Round 1, the play-in, will feature 14 teams, all from the Jamaica Football Championship. Pot 1 will have 5th to 10th place teams, and Pot 2 will have teams seeded 11th to 18th. Round 2 will have 8 JFC teams, the 7 Round 1 winners, and the 4th ranked JFC team. Pot 1 will have the top 4 ranked JFC teams, and Pot 2 will have the next 4 remaining teams. Round 3 features 6 JFC teams, 4 winners from Round 2, and the 2nd and 3rd place teams, and 6 JPL teams will enter the competition, excluding the JPL champion. Pot 1 will have the top 3 ranked from both JPL and JFC, and Pot 2 will have the others. The next round is the quarterfinals, featuring the 6 winners from Round 3, the JPL champion, and the 1st place from the JFC. It will be a random draw with no pots. Teams then proceed to the semi-finals and the final. Each team will get prize money based on how far they advance in the tournament. A total of $4.75 million in prize money will be paid out, with the winning team taking home $1 million. There's also a $50,000 purse for the top goal scorer and the winning coach. Get ready for the newest and boldest club football competition in Jamaica. This is David versus Goliath. This is the Popeyes Challenge Cup on CVM TV.
This week on Farming Forward, we're coming to you from, whoa, look at that. We're coming to you from Riverdale in St. Catherine. And we'll be talking to that young entrepreneur you just saw. He was picking breadfruits, but I can tell you about the chickens that he's been caring for all these years. He'll be talking to us about real yard chickens. Farming Forward. We're brought to you by Nutrimix. Tell me, Nutrimix? The big feed. The big feed.
Glad to have you back with us here on Sunrise. Artificial intelligence seems to be showing up everywhere these days. One person is using it to write emails, another is using it to summarize meetings, and somewhere right now, somebody is probably asking AI what excuse they should give for missing a deadline. But as businesses rush to embrace these powerful tools, there are growing concerns about privacy, security, and what happens when sensitive information ends up in the wrong places. Joining us this morning in Tech Time to discuss these concerns is certified AI consultant, CEO of Digital Rev, the director of Sicel Technologies Limited, Dwayne Stevens. Welcome to Sunrise, man.
Thank you very much for having me.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I am well. I am happy that you're here so that we can have this conversation, because as we've recognized now that everybody is embracing AI at the moment. What are some things that we need to be thinking about as we are embracing AI?
One of the things that we need to think about is how, and this goes for depending on where you are as it relates to understanding of AI. Is this a technology that I should try to learn? Is it a technology that I should be afraid of? So there are those types of persons. And the answer is, this is definitely a technology that you should learn because of the immense capabilities that it provides. However, there are risks associated with any technology, AI not being any different, and persons should seek to understand while utilizing these tools what are some of the risks that are there to assist them to navigate using.
Fair. You talk about immense capabilities. What are some opportunities that are being created by AI, you would say, for small and large businesses?
Definitely. Now, what you find is that there are a lot of businesses that can definitely benefit, and there are 3 core areas that businesses can benefit from. One of them being automation, one of them being in decision support, another one being more in content generation. And those key areas are definitely areas that small businesses can take advantage of in this present time. There was a recent study that was done that showed that businesses can actually gain value from leveraging technology through maybe looking at more higher value work. So for example, emails. Emails is a constant one. There would have been studies that would have shown that low risk tasks, for example, look at emails, checking your emails and providing applicable responses with the human in the loop though, and that's another term where we don't just rely solely on this technology. We actually review the information that it provides and ensure that it suits our meeting.
I like the human in the loop piece because I feel like there is something called vestigialization in biology. We are of the view that something like the appendix, there was a time when it was larger because it was being used.
Yes.
We're of the view that as you use a limb less, it becomes vestigialized, so it shrink. So the appendix, we feel like is one of those things. I worry that with the advent of AI and with its immense capabilities, I worry that our brain might start shrink after a while.
Well, and that is very important. Now, back in the days, well, let me not try to age myself here, but we know when there was this big hurrah over 2000, the Y2K bug and the internet taking over, it was of a similar nature to what is happening now with this emerging technology, artificial intelligence. And one of the things is technology is not a panacea, so it does not operate on its own. And we as humans, we need to understand that just like driving on the road, there are rules, and we need to ensure that we know the rules, we utilize these technologies, but we do so with utmost care and responsibility.
Care and responsibility is important because now I want you to address the issue of people uploading everything into AI, including embroidered paper, and the risk that is associated with that, because I feel like we want to get the work done so much that we're not so concerned about the kind of sensitive information that we're sharing with this online database. So talk to us about just copying and pasting with information and the risk that is associated with that.
Excellent. Do not copy and paste confidential information. So if you want to post it online, please do not share it with these platforms. And there are ways in which you can protect yourselves when you're using these applications. There are certain configuration settings that you can tweak that will not train on that data. And these are some ways, some guardrails that you can utilize to assist you. So for example, please do not post your employees' information, your payroll information. Do not share with these tools your legal files. Do not post on these platforms trade secrets, trademarks, passwords. Please do not share a lot of these different information and more, because what happens is there's a Data Protection Act in Jamaica that stipulates that if confidential information is exposed, then this can definitely lead to severe fines and penalties.
I was going to ask you about that, some of the consequences that is associated with companies sharing confidential information about their employees online, some of the consequences of that. You know, so would you recommend then a particular way to give instructions to AI to get the output that you want without sharing certain sensitive information? Because how do you circumvent that if you want a particular answer and it requires certain information? What is the workaround?
Excellent question. Now, the answer is this, and I'm going to be utilizing an analogy of you driving a car. Safety first. Put on your seatbelt. You drive. You go at a speed limit that is not excessive. Now, in the context of your question, you have ways in which you can prompt, and this is how you communicate with these generative AI tools, and that's a different type of tool as the broad section of artificial intelligence. You prompt responsibly. You drink responsibly. So you prompt responsibly. You wouldn't attach a payroll information to these tools and ask it to do calculations for you. You wouldn't attach strategic meeting plans.
Shouldn't?
You shouldn't. Oh, let me say you should not.
Or you shouldn't?
You should not. But we find that persons are just utilizing these tools because guess what? It's helping them to be more efficient and effective in their jobs and their work and their businesses. So why not utilize it?
When you upload stuff, is there a way to restore the factory settings? Can you get it? Because now, one of the things that's popular now is, I think, ChatGPT. I think people are using ChatGPT, giving it a command to say, using all that you know about me. And you see a lot of people posting this picture, this collage of a mashup of the different things that ChatGPT know about them. Truth of the matter is that ChatGPT does know a lot about a lot of us. Is there a way to restore the factory settings? After you surrender the information, can you reclaim it?
Well, there are different things you can do, and that's an excellent question. So one of the things I do when I do my, I engage with clients and I do training. So first of all, what I do is I show them how they can configure the settings of the AI application.
Interesting.
In configuring the AI application, you can prevent those entities who own the application, in ChatGPT's case, OpenAI, to utilize your data to train their models. You can configure the settings similarly for Claude, for any other AI application, so that your information is not trained. That's the first thing. Second thing is, you can allow this application to be trained on how you speak, your tone, how you basically, it can embody you as a person. So, like for me, Dwayne Stevens, I have my bio, my accolades, my experience. I can share it with this tool, and I can literally program it to speak how I would normally speak. But it would take data, information, presentations I may have done, and those are some of the things that I would do. So configure it first so it doesn't expose, and then you train it on you. So when you are communicating with it, it gives you information as if it was you.
That makes sense. That makes sense. There are small businesses watching this morning who don't have an IT department, who don't have a cybersecurity team. How would you advise them to leverage, the use of artificial intelligence?
Excellent question. So what I'd say is start small, but start safely. As I indicated to you, we wouldn't just utilize the roads without understanding the proper usage of how to utilize the roads. For example, driving ahead of the speed limit, not wearing your seat belts, drinking while driving, and it is none different from a small business owner right now who may not be sure. But key things that you need to do is, one, you need to identify the risks that are out there. You need to understand that the tool that you're using is from an approved and an authorized AI provider. You need to also ensure that you do not let this technology leave you, but you try to learn as much as you can to help you and your business. And understand the privacy requirements. There are different things you can't have to do, but you have to understand how susceptible you are in your business and what are some of the guardrails that you need to involve. So starting small, an acceptable use policy, that's one thing you have to have as a de facto. You have to ensure that you understand data classification requirements. You have to understand the risk management procedures. You have to put in place human for your employees, ensure that there are training programs in place for them so that they don't get left behind, because we know they are utilizing these tools. And you have to also ensure that you embody a sort of culture that supports this type of technology. We find that persons are using it, but if something goes wrong, there's no incident handling procedures in place.
True.
And no one owns it. Everybody is looking up in the air wondering what is going to happen. So there has to be accountability from that. And AI governance in itself is really putting structures in place, policies, controls, and also ensuring that there are accountability structures and monitoring mechanisms in place that will ensure that you deploy AI responsibly. So,
deploying AI responsibly.
Yes.
Yeah, man, like that. There was a point in time when the internet was the source of panic.
Yes.
Now, AI is the source of panic. Now most people are off with the internet. We're comfortable with the internet. And now we are a little bit, sensitive about AI. Do you foresee a future where AI literacy becomes mainstream and people accept it and are comfortable with it?
Definitely. Now, 25 years ago, when the personal computers came to the fore, you found out that this was a business requirement where persons would need to learn how to utilize computers. That was de facto. Now, as we move into the 21st century and beyond, AI literacy is also going to be a de facto, where this is going to be a competency that is one that goes without question. When you're onboarding your staff, you have to ensure that they are AI literate. When you are communicating information through to your clients, you have to indicate that, listen, I am using AI and I'm using it to do this and I'm using it to do that. So for the next foreseeable future, this is going to be a sought after competency, and Jamaica is no much different from the world, where we need to ensure that it is ingrained in our culture. And there are institutions that are currently and actively working, and I have to big up the National AI Task Force, and there's the Jamaica Artificial Intelligence Association. So I have to big them up because they are doing active work with the government and external stakeholders to ensure that we are putting measures in place where that is concerned.
Name them again, the AI Task Force and
the Jamaica Artificial Intelligence Association.
Jamaica Artificial Intelligence Association. And then for persons who want to benefit from the wealth of knowledge that you have on this topic, how can people get in touch with you?
Sure, definitely. You can reach me on my website, well, definitely my website, www.yourdigitalrev.com. That's the website, and the contact information is there. And you can just reach out to me. I'm on LinkedIn. If you're on social media, just reach out to me. It's Dwayne K-P Stevens, and I'll be happy to have further dialogue with you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Man. Right. Big thanks to our guest, Dwayne Stevens, for joining us this morning. We head to another break, but there's so much more to come on the other side of sunrise. Stick and stay.
Your heart contribution builds a stronger workforce and strengthens the economy. It's not just contribution, it's transformation. The time by heart is
Step inside a world of adventure with Mandalorian and Grogu at Burger King. See The Mandalorian and Grogu only in cinemas.
Tune in to Lead Story, weekdays at 6 p.m. Hosted by Jody Ann Quarry.
Let's delve deep into the issues. We'll take you beneath the surface.
Greetings and salutations. My name is Orville Higgins, and it's another edition of Fan Central.
Talking to the people at the heart of the top sporting stories. Hear from your favorite sportsmen and women and the administrators who work tirelessly to make it all happen. It's live sports talk.
I've written an entire article. Yes.
Looking at all the major issues every Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's Fan Central.
Tommy, talk to them! So we do it. Sign stamp seal, you were certified. Time machine, it's different divas for life. All of my divas, come back it up and let me see you why. Hotter than me, there will never be some I don't know what them try. Come, Mr. DJ, please.
Welcome back to Sunrise. Listen, get ready and let's talk fashion, okay? Because there's something about slipping into an outfit that fits just right that can completely change your mood. And our next guest has built a brand around that feeling, combining Caribbean color, confidence, and effortless elegance into every design she creates. Welcome right here with us, founder and creative director of RMS Collections, Rachel Lee Smith. Good morning.
Good morning.
Looking bright and sunrisey.
Thank you.
It's just fitting, you know?
I know. I feel the color is definitely fitted.
Perfect. All right. Now, before we get into your latest collection and all these things, tell me a little bit about, like, how long have you been designing now, Rachel?
Well, I've been designing for over 10 years, maybe longer. Well, who's checking, right? But definitely over 10 years. I've been doing it for a while.
And what type of clothing would you say you design for?
I would say my concept is more luxury resort wear.
Ooh.
So it's not just the typical swimsuit and cover-up. It's clothes that really transitions throughout the day.
And I read that you won Magnum Kings and Queens
Yes,
Designer of the Year in
I
2017.
did.
I'm sure that was huge. What was that like for your career?
Well, to be honest, it really gave me a confidence that I think I was lacking. And it was a point in my career where I was just trying to figure out what I want to do. And it really set the precedence. And I think this is really my passion. So I just went with that.
Tell me, sometimes when you think Caribbean and clothing, you don't necessarily equate it to modern and luxurious.
That is
How do you blend the two in the way that you do?
Well, I think it's all about balance. And for the modern day woman, you really want clothes that transitions from day to night. And you don't just want to wear an outfit that, you have to rush to change. I feel like what we offer is clothes that gives you that balance. You can always pair, you can always mix and match. And that's what I did with this collection.
And speaking of this collection, you have your latest collection,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
What inspired this latest collection that you
Passion. The name of the collection is Meraki, and it's Greek.
Meraki?
Yes, Greek. It means to pour some of you into whatever you're doing. So it's to
Ooh.
create, but having a part of you in it.
I like that.
Yes.
I like that. All right, so looking ahead, what's the vision for RMS, for the future?
I really want my brand to be international, But first, I really want the local market to appreciate my brand along with other creatives as well. And then once we conquer the local market, then I can definitely see myself going international.
I love that.
Thank you.
I love that. So let me ask you a question. Every time I see Uno and Uno collections, right? It's always for the more slender, ladies. So let's say, hypothetically speaking, you're a little fluffier than,
Yes.
Do you have clothes for every woman?
Our mess fits every body type. It's about making the modern day woman feel and look good.
So all me?
Yeah, of course.
Even me?
Definitely.
Rachel, I like you. I like you. For those persons who are interested in design, right? But maybe they have a parent saying, no, Saturday, no bother with that. Or they themselves think, I don't know. I don't know if I could do something like that. What would you say to that young designer who wants to get to where you are, which is being interviewed on television and having collections released?
Well, I would definitely tell them to just stick to it. Just stay focused. I feel like where the creative industry is now, we're being more supported and the trajectory is very good. So I feel like designing is a very good career. It allows you to just showcase you. It allows you to really embody what you believe in and just, put that to the forefront.
I like that.
Thank you.
Showcase you, and let's see what you've been showcasing. What you say is the name of the
Meraki.
Meraki, which means pouring yourself into what you do.
Yes.
People may like it, but I'm sure we don't want to hear about it. We want to see it. So, Rachel, I'm going to hand over to you, and you're going to introduce your model, and you are going to tell me exactly what they're wearing. And I'm excited, Carmen. Get a little pre-release on people. Nice. Let's go. Okay. Who's first?
This is Celine.
Okay, Celine.
And Celine is actually wearing the top from a different set, and I paired it with the shorts from another set. So this is to just show you how the items are very versatile and you can always mix and match them. And of course, yellow is always a beautiful color.
I love yellow. I like how it's breezy, it's flowy. Yes. And I need to see the back.
The shorts have pockets.
Turn around. Woo! Okay. I love that. And that is, of course, you can just wear that all day at the resort.
You can wear that all day, and you can transition it to the night.
And in the night.
So you can dress it up. So in the day, you can wear your flats, and in the night, you can dress it up in your heels.
See it there?
With a nice little clutch, and it works.
I like it. Thank you so much, my honey. And that yellow just bright.
I know.
I love yellow against dark skin. It's
me too.
Beautiful.
It is.
Beautiful. All right, perfect. You see how we started up, bang, people. Who's next?
This is Sharika. And she's wearing her Verdanza maxi dress. And this is from the new collection as well. And you can see how elegant it is. It's flowy. You can wear this over your swimsuit during the day and you can dress it up for an evening ensemble.
Yeah, it's just easy. It's breezy.
Very
it doesn't
easy.
feel like something that I go have to wear my girdle.
No,
I'm have to tuck in my belly.
Very relaxed.
Very relaxed.
Yes.
I love that.
Very relaxed, yeah.
And watch how her skin glistening.
I know.
Shoulders glistening on the air. I love that. And I'm sure you have that in different colors. I hope. I would want that in every color.
Jeez.
And that's so flattering to almost everybody.
It is, and that's what I offer.
Ooh,
this is Shan.
Okay.
Now, Shan is wearing the Zari bikini and the Zari pants. Okay. These are actually sold separately, but you can see you can combine them for one full outfit. The bikini can be worn during the day again, and if in the evening you can slip the pants on.
I love it. Does the body come with the outfit, or?
I would love to know.
I love that. Yes. So this is one of your bikini designs.
Yes.
Of course, I'm sure you have several, but I love the pattern.
The pattern is a geometric, and I feel like the black and the nude is very luxurious.
And it's very very trending. Right now. Oh, you gotta have a little black dress, people.
This is Acacia, and she's wearing our lint bikini and the Soroke cover-up. Now, the Soroke cover-up is a dress, but it can be worn as a cover-up. You see the back?
I was just about to say, please stay right there. You just turn right back around, girl. Look at that back. Okay. I love that.
So, and you can wear this again during the day with the bikini, and you can dress it up in the night with the heels.
I can definitely see this at dinner, even though you have the bikini on afterwards.
Love, because you can wear it with an underpiece.
Yes.
And wear it as a dinner outfit.
See there? I like it.
Thank
you so much. And black is always
And this is Nastasia.
Flowing in the wind.
She's wearing our Oasis caftan set.
I want
in the green as
this.
well. I know.
I want it.
Fabulous.
And again, so comfortable. It looks
Very
like
comfortable.
I can just see her lounging right over there on one of the all-inclusive resorts. You know what I mean?
And all her pants have pockets, or shorts have pockets, and I know the girlies like pockets.
Plus, you need a place to stash your room key. You know what I mean? Well, you know, for those that don't, not just around your wrist. I love how it flows. I love how it falls. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Okay.
And this is Halima. She's wearing our Aura dress. Now, this dress is already on the market, but I relaunched it in this new print, and I think it's absolutely gorgeous.
It's so beautiful. It's so. I'm very curious to see the back. I'm looking forward to it. Okay.
The back is always backing.
The back is girl. The back is backing. Okay.
Definitely is.
And it complements her body. Yes. You know, I love the pattern. Like you said, the black and the nude. It just have a. It's comfortable, but it still looks luxurious.
And that's the aim.
It still look almost like you could have dressed him up and
dress it down too. Yes.
And dress it down.
Yes.
Which is the aim, right?
Yes, that's the aim.
And that's everybody?
That is everyone.
Well, let's bring them back on out so that we can see the full collection, ladies and gentlemen. Rachel, look at you. No, man, you did that. You did that, girl.
Thank you.
You did that. So we have from bikinis to cover-ups to dresses that you can, to pant sets, short sets. I mean, and I love the colors. They're vibrant, but yet still the black and the tans. You did that. Tell me something. If we want any of these pieces or anything else that you design, how do I get my hands on anything from you?
So we're on Instagram at rmsapparels.com. So it's RMS, it's my initials.
Okay.
Apparels, and our website is rmsapparels.com.
Oh my gosh, ladies. Oh no, look good. Just give us a step forward and turn. Just one step forward and turn, so we can see the back one last time.
Ooh.
Look at the back. All right, back to the front now. Oh, I like it. I like it. I like it. Well done.
Thank you.
Well
Thank you
done.
so much, and
well
thank you for
done.
having me. Thank
I'm
you.
really looking forward to seeing more from you.
Thank you.
And seeing what the future holds for you.
Thank you.
I'm excited. I'm excited. What you just come. Our guest here has been Rachel Lee Smith, founder and creative director of RMS Collections. Congratulations on the continued growth of your brand. And thank you for sharing these beautiful pieces with us. We really are. We feel blessed for having seen them. Sunrise, we'll be back after this. Hey, 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 hey.
Is the Popeyes Challenge Cup. The Popeyes Challenge Cup is Jamaica's newest and boldest football competition, featuring David versus Goliath matchups as the best of the best in the country's club football take on those in the second tier of club football. It's a straight knockout competition featuring 25 teams, 7 from the Jamaica Premier League and 18 from the Jamaica Football Championship, the second tier. The 7 JPL teams are invited and are ranked based on their finish in the current season, as they will not enter the competition until after being eliminated from the JPL playoffs. The JFC team seedings are determined based on their rankings in the league as at May 2. Teams will battle it out over 6 rounds to determine the winner. So how does it work? Round 1, the play-in, will feature 14 teams, all from the Jamaica Football Championship. Pot 1 will have 5th to 10th place teams, and Pot 2 will have teams seeded 11th to 18th. Round 2 will have 8 JFC teams, the 7 Round 1 winners, and the 4th ranked JFC team. Pot 1 will have the top 4 ranked JFC teams, and Pot 2 will have the next 4 remaining teams. Round 3 features 6 JFC teams, 4 winners from Round 2, and the 2nd and 3rd place teams, and 6 JPL teams will enter the competition, excluding the JPL champion. Pot 1 will have the top 3 ranked from both JPL and JFC, and Pot 2 will have the others. The next round is the quarterfinals, featuring the 6 winners from Round 3, the JPL champion, and the 1st place from the JFC. It will be a random draw with no pots. Teams then proceed to the semi-finals and the final. Each team will get prize money based on how far they advance in the tournament. A total of $4.75 million in prize money will be paid out, with the winning team taking home $1 million. There's also a $50,000 purse for the top goal scorer and the winning coach. Get ready for the newest and boldest club football competition in Jamaica. This is David versus Goliath. This is the Popeyes Challenge Cup on CVM TV.
This is the Aedes aegypti mosquito that spreads the Zika, chikungunya, and dengue viruses. Search for its breeding sites and destroy them.
A message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
The time by the Ministry of Health and Wellness is 7:45.
Hey, what's up, one?
Hi, I am Candy Pang.
Watagwan.
Watagwan.
Datagwan.
Watagwan.
Watagwan. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 8 a.m., 1:30 p.m., and 10 p.m. on CVM TV.
Datagwan for Watagwan.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
Mercy, mercy me. That rhythm brings me alive, man. Welcome to Sunrise if you're just joining your careless. Class is now in session. Today we are revisiting some of those sayings that some of us grew up hearing from parents or grandparents. I'll be testing TK's knowledge, seeing if she understands exactly what's being said in these few clips. We'll also be having a bigger conversation about preserving Jamaican language and culture. Ready, TK? Ready. First video.
Okay.
Almighty to the tomb. You na say you are treat your ma. Master, where you eat put?
What?
You know, sister, you are treat your ma.
Oh yes, I know that one. You know that very well.
You know,
I heard that one very frequently.
TK, you were an eater when you were growing up?
I did eat food. I still do, but yeah. You know what I mean? You have to stretch your ma.
So anybody ever ask you where you eat put?
Where you put your food that you've eaten?
Yes.
Does that mean that you eat a lot but you're slim?
Yes.
At first I hear it, but I see, you see how I figured that out?
Man,
you see that?
She catch on.
Where you eat put?
Where you eat put.
Where you eat put.
Where does it go when you eat?
And it bun. That's like yendi. Yendi, where you eat put. Sick of you.
Not you calling out yendi. The people who claim to have high metabolic rates.
Yes,
where they eat one whole heap and nothing happen. And some people just smelly food and a whole Michelin.
So let me ask you a question though. Where ma come from?
Ma?
Yes, stretch your ma. Where that come from? What is that? What is it short for?
I think it's the stomach.
I know it's supposed to represent the stomach.
I know also that when they used to slaughter animals where I grew up in the country, I think the goat's stomach are one of the chambers, because I think the ruminants have two chambers. The one where the food go to first and then they regurgitate and chew again and then they go to the second one. I think one of those is referred to as a ma, but me not sure. Don't quote me on it. Please don't.
I'm going to ask AI.
But it's nice in a manish water.
I like it though. Stretch your ma.
Yeah. Right.
Stretch your ma.
Right. We have more?
Ooh.
Thomas Eliza, keep your blasted tongue and mind your blasted business. How you one can chat so? How much tongue you one have? Have you ever been asked those questions?
Well, first of all, never me.
you
because if it's one thing that I do, it's kibber my mouth and mind my business.
But hang on though, you were a quiet child?
I was. You know, my mother used to tell me that she used to forget that I was in the house.
Interesting.
Even from as a baby and a young child. I used to just like to read. I was lame and boring, people. I
Guess
really
who
was.
else was a quiet child?
Who? You are not quiet.
I kid you
can't
not.
fool me.
I kid you not.
You are
very
a quiet child?
Very quiet, very shy, very withdrawn, very doubt myself.
Really?
Very all kinds of things. Yup.
And look at you now.
Yup. Even now, me still kind of quiet-ish-esque. Sometimes I see myself as an oxymoron because I can be, all that, and then sometimes I just like to go into the background, just fade in the background kind of thing. But
you can turn it on and turn it off.
I can turn it on and turn it off.
I love that.
Yes. So I'm a very sociable, antisocial person.
You're an extroverted introvert.
I'm an extroverted introvert.
But you know who I wish I could tell for keep them out and mind them business? Not for the people them that comment on social media.
No, you can't tell them that.
Yeah.
You can't tell them.
Sometimes if you just keep your mouth and keep but not, of course, not our sunrisers.
No. We're not talking about sunrisers.
No, but they're positive.
But in order to put it in context, though, Teeks, we have to establish the fact that there are two sides to Jamaica. There's a side of Jamaica that is learned, and there's a side of Jamaica that is unlearned. But everybody is unhinged with a smartphone, and people feel like the fact you have a smartphone automatically make you a smart person. I say it all the time. The phone don't make you smart. The phone's smart. You get me? So now everybody speaks with authority on everything. Especially the people behind ghost profiles. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Keep your mouth, man. Mind your business. What's next?
Keep your mouth, man.
You see how the red peggy them come out last night, so we are going to get some heavy water. You not go come, rain not go fall.
First of all, didn't hear half of that. That's our first thing.
You see how the red piggy them come out last night.
The red what?
Red piggy.
What is a red piggy?
Red ants.
Oh, red ants.
The oversized ants.
Red piggy, the big one then with the big bottoms.
Yes.
Red piggy.
My granny always went and invited them to take out the piece. Let me
tell you something. MPG growing in granny, and it wasn't in town,
Listen, I got a piece of town. But this lifetime will not permit me to exhaust Miss Pearlie and to catch over Sayedri. Because Sayedri was revivalist. So that was my Portmore days. So fear part is a completely different section altogether because up there under the dry coconut and the cream soda and the basic pan with the water. You understand? But St. Elizabeth, the red piggy, we could talk about this because my grandmother knew when it was going to rain by looking at things like how animals moved. So anytime you see a whole colony, you say ants a colony of ants, or a whole colony of ants move. Anytime you see red piggy come out from nowhere, when crickets come out and start making certain sounds and etc., she would use those as indicators that it is going to rain. And especially in St. Elizabeth, this kind of conversation was important because we were still are a drought-prone
country,
parish.
Area. Yeah. Tell me it again.
So you see how the red piggy them come out. Then so it just means enough red ants come out. We're going to get some heavy water.
Heavy water.
Heavy water.
Please give me the next video. Give me the next video, please.
Mama, they say the heart is willing, but the flesh is weak. And I say, me no want to do it, I have the mind, but I don't have the behind.
All right.
You know that one.
That one I know.
Good intentions. Good intentions. You want to do it, but you do not have the wherewithal.
Okay. That one we can, I feel like all of us know that one. I feel like, what am I now? I got about 2. I'm at 2 so far, 2 so far out of the 4.
You're not.
I'm not going too bad. Do you have any more? Another
Next
video.
One.
Make it turn right there. You know near me. I saw when time puss belly full, they say, think.
When puss belly full, say what?
They say the dairy air of the rat has a scent.
When
so when puss belly full, they say rata stink. Because them, you never hear that before?
Never. I mean, one? You hear that one already? Am I?
You hear?
Sasha never hear that, thank God.
You know, say hungry dog named Patchkan though.
Yeah,
no, TK
yeah,
never
man,
know
of
say hungry
course.
dog named Patchkan. And when puss belly full, then say rat up. What do you think?
No,
that means a rat them I hit all the time, but now that them belly full, they have selections into the parts of the rats that they want to consume.
Okay.
Yeah.
next video then, I learn. I should have bring my notebook. I'm learning.
Next video, next part.
Jesus, Savior, pilot me. From the day I was born out of my mama belly, I never know so nothing could have go so. Hima.
No, say what could I just
nothing could have go so.
Oh yes. Yes.
That's very familiar.
That one is.
That is the classic exclamation of the old folks back in the day.
Yeah.
Everybody, once something happen appalling, them frightened about something, them usually jump up and say, Jesus, Savior, pilot me.
Pilot me.
Right? From the day them born out of their mother belly. And always out of their mother belly, them are born in which parties them could have born from. But from the day... TK, we don't have the time this morning. Last one.
My family see that girl walk past me there, so tell that day me know say something right. In the family way, in Sprig, the girl her young belly.
What?
Something right. In the family way. In the family way.
Oh, in the family way. Let me ask you a question. In the family way means that she is about to bring forth her family.
Yes.
She's with child.
Yes.
She's about to bring forth life.
Let me bring it to another level now. Because for years I heard my grandmother praying. And I hear the words, but I didn't know what it meant. Because my grandmother always pray, remember the mothers in the family way. Open the door of luck and let out the little one and spare the mother life. Open the door.
You know what I want to know?
You see, when I find out what the door of luck is.
What's the door of luck?
Come now, no TK. Remember the mothers in the family way.
We're going to need to talk about this off the air because
open the door. YouTube. Remember the mothers in the family way. Open the door of luck. Let out the little one, and spare the mother alive. Run off in the comment and let us know what. In the comment section and let us know what the door of luck represent.
Don't make me wish me did grow a country. It's so rich and nice. Put me there in a town and there.
Courtesy of your dad, you should be familiar with a lot of these too, because you have a lot of rich cultural background, heritage. You know, produce some of the best players. Come on, give yourself.
That is fair. That is fair.
I'm not go proud of you.
But at the same time, you know. Yes, these are very rich and cultural, but there's also that side that said, listen, don't speak like that. Speak in English. English is proper. This is the way that shows that you're educated and you're learned. But we cannot discuss that about that now because we only have 2 minutes to show it done. But it is unfortunate that it's when you speak like this that people say, oh, yes, she's educated and clearly she comes from a good family. Whereas if we say, lad of men, I got to talk me ma, they're going to say, oh my gosh, where she come from?
Because
that's
the
terrible.
object of our ambitions was always our colonizers.
And kind of still is.
The object of our ambitions is still our colonizers.
Kind of still is. But we'll discuss that at another time. That's all the time that we have for you this morning, Sunrisers. Lord,
we want back round table because we could have gone straight into round table with this discussion.
We could have gone straight into round table and talk about it. It's really nice. But thanks so much for joining us.
Absolutely.
See you again tomorrow. MPG,
Absolutely.
It was a pleasure.
Pleasure, my
as
darling.
Always.
Pleasure, my
as
darling.
Always.
Pleasure,
Maybe
my
I can come back a morning.
Make me see what going on.
Make me see, no? Make me see.
Make me see what.
Bye.
Lovely day, everyone in the diaspora. Take good care. Walk good.
Ooh.
Yes.
Are you ready?
securing what matters most. The time by Hawkeye is 8 a.m.
Let's delve deep into the issues. We'll take you beneath the surface.
Greetings and salutations. My name is Orville Higgins, and it's another edition of Fan Central.
Talking to the people at the heart of the top sporting stories. Hear from your favorite sportsmen and women and the administrators who work tirelessly to make it all happen. It's live sports talk